G'day mates, welcome back to Pharaoh. So we've just come out of Iti last episode. We built up here in the north, built up a new capital for the fact that I'm now Pharaoh. So we're going to head and build a new city now. We have up here Sawu, which is new traders, sounds like the building mission, and Iken down the south pushing the border. Considering this one sounds like the military mission, I think that is the one I'm going to go for.
Now that Egypt is firmly united under your rule, all of your court and I, your trusted vizier, recommend that we push the borders of our country south into Nubia. The dry riverbed at Alaki is rich with veins of gold, and a mighty city at Iken, with you in residence, will certainly keep the Nubians from trying to attack. Be careful of the Kushites, however. They are a much more dangerous adversary than the Nubians, and will use their swords to encourage you, O Pharaoh, to leave their kingdom alone. To leave a lasting mark on Nubia, you should build a large obelisk to attest to Egypt's many achievements. The obelisk will offer compelling evidence to the Nubians of the benefits of Egyptian rule, and be a constant reminder of our presence. While your direct attention is devoted to Iken, do not forget our intent to establish a thriving port city on the Red Sea at Sawu. Sawu will need help from Pharaoh, and will not hesitate to ask for it. If Sawu can thrive, they will provide Iken with much-needed copper from which weapons can be forged.
Alrighty, it sounds like our vizier is actually trying to have us killed off here. He's sending us down to build or we're going down under directions from him to build a big city in the middle of Nubia. We are invading and trying to build a little fortress around us. Let's head into the city and have a quick peek at what we've got to face. So right in front of us we have gold or copper. We have gold. Oh, that's all we've got. Okay. Our only raw resource is going to be gold, and we have a lot of it right here. We can easily access two sides of it. We've got water nearby. Probably up top here is the better place to put it. What is it? A city palace. You can whack this one up here. Actually, I wonder if I can get through there. No, I can't get through there. That's too bad. But yeah, we can throw the city palace up here somewhere and get a whole bunch of gold very, very quickly. What can we... Actually, what else have we got here? We've got to build a large obelisk. No other raw materials. We have to import everything. And we can farm food type, barley and flax. So pottery will have to be imported. A little bit of meadow farming here. There's quite a lot of farm. This is a very big map. And quite a lot of farmland. It's the narrow, thin farmland, which I don't like. But at least this stuff here will be easy to build on. At least it's sort of in line with, you know, how things build, like in the map. These ones here, they look like they're wide enough, but often you can't get, you know, if I built something here, I couldn't then have something directly above it, because I'd have trouble getting the road in and out. So it can be a bit tricky, some of these vertical ones. But these long sort of diagonal ones, they're the ones to build in. Quite a few islands. Rock out here, but again, we can't quarry anything. So it's... Oh, there's a bit of gold out here too. But I'm not going to fit very many there, I don't think. I'd get a couple, but, you know, I'd get like a quarter of what I could get over here. This is where the real gold is. There's also a handy food source nearby. And this appears to be the main, I guess, part of it. Main sort of islandy thing. So 7,000 Debans. I think I'm going to keep looking. Let's have a quick look what other gods we've got. 3 of them. And our patron is set. So he's definitely a war battle mission. So I'm going to have a poke around my own, have a look at the trade, and I'll be back once I know what I'm doing. Okay, here we are. I've spent nearly all of our money. We haven't gone into debt just yet, but we are basically... This is where we're going to build the main city. We've got all the farmland we're going to need. We can nip across here for some game meat. Actually, maybe a little more difficult. I probably haven't planned that one perfectly. But I think we're going to survive off farming. This looks like pretty good farmland. We've got a lot of room out here to throw down sort of the main part of the city out this direction. Down here we've got, I don't know what they are, just sort of something I'll put in here, probably little mini housing blocks or whatever. A little bit of farming over here, probably actually put a nice industry area here in the centre somewhere. And we come all the way down here to, this is going to be the early focus of the city, probably because this is going to be, but now I need a lot of people to move in, and I wanted to put a housing block where I could have the monument And this large obelisk will fit right there in the very center with a ring of gardens around it. So I can actually throw this down here, and it will be, again, the furthest point south we've ever traveled. So Blxz is to the north, where we built previously the furthest Egypt had been. This time we're going just a little bit further. We're pushing the boundaries, and we're going to show those pesky Nubians how powerful Egypt is. So over here, what I've got is a hell of a lot of gold. That's what I put all my money into. And so we're going to need the people to staff these gold mines. And hopefully, if they get down here quick enough, I may have actually put these ones last. So they're going to be the last people to move in. So these are probably all going to collapse. And that would be really bad. Let's have a quick peek at that now. Not yet. They haven't built up. They will build up very quickly. So I need to definitely get these immigrants to hurry up and move on in. But they're going to provide us with pretty much all the income, because there's not a lot that we can really export early on in this mission. So we're going to have, at some point as well, we can have an area down here. I may need another little housing block up here to provide staff for these guys on that side. But it should be all organic looking. Okay, it's currently March. It's the 3rd month we've been playing, and already with a request for game meat coming in. I don't like our chances of actually bridging over there in a reasonable period of time. So what I'm going to do is head down here and probably tap these guys here. Now I have used some of my funds. Rather than go into debt, I've actually used a bunch of funds left over from that previous city. Again, it's generally not something I've been doing, but I've been trying to avoid debt lately. I've been having huge, massive debt things, and I'd really like to get the city going at a good pace. So hopefully we can get that under control. Now, if I throw down a... How do I want to do this? I don't really want to feed these people just yet, but if I throw down, say, 2 hunting lodges and just a storage yard, I think we'll be good for the time being. And I've done it again. This is a dynasty mansion. You know what that means? It means that I have actually thrown down something that will not accept gold. So what I can at least do is give myself... I've been paying myself a salary for the previous 8 months. I can give that to the city at the very least and fix my shocking mistake. I've made it a couple of times now. I don't know why I keep doing it. I need a city palace. I'm going to throw that one there. When it eventually gets staff, this gold can begin flowing in. And there we go. We got our 3,000 Deben emergency funds. And considering we are Pharaoh, we must have actually got it from ourselves. And there we go. The gold is flowing finally. Can't believe I've done that. I've done that too many times. I really do need to get my act together. Okay, in the interests of getting some exports set up soon, I'm going to work on a, what are we doing here? A beer and a linen. Where can I find it? Have a quick look in here. I can export linen quite easily, and I can export beer. So I can work on a beer and linen export thing quite quickly, and that will, I guess, substantiate all the stuff I'm going to need down here, because I'm going to need to buy in a fair bit of copper and probably build walls and everything like that. So if I can get that stuff going quickly, I think we'll be in a much better position. I don't even know what this is. 20,000 copper. What the hell are they asking for? 20,000 copper. There's no way we can do it. Not with 1 month. I suspect I will have a chance. Maybe we'll get gifts of copper when we have to sort of fulfill other requests to start storing them up in the next couple of years. So let's probably get our storage yards ready and prepared for that. Alrighty, money is coming in fairly steadily. It's only been about a year or so. So given that things are pretty good and we look like we're going to have an invasion coming up shortly, I'm going to start importing copper. This is going to be a copper import. I'm going to have a little weapons manufacturing area just over here. I can get the recruiter down as well, and we can begin throwing up some defenses. Might have some walls coming around here and a little gatehouse or something. I'd like to have a nice little thing. If they come from up here, which is highly unexpected considering... Oh, it's brilliant timing. Okay, well I got that one set up. When they eventually find workers, we'll be able to store the copper in there. I still think we're going to have to import it though. So, Quebec doesn't sell copper. I thought they did earlier. I must have... Surely that can't have changed. I'm almost certain I saw Quebec selling copper before. Perhaps that will come at a later date. Maybe I got confused with Blxz buying copper. So if that is the case, we're not actually going to be able to import it. I have completely misread this. I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe... Nope. No copper incoming. We'll have to do something. And another request for Debens this time. I'm just in the process of putting down a recruiter over here. So let's send off those Debens as well. There we go. We've still got the outstanding copper request here. I had thought that, as I mentioned earlier, that we'd get some very big copper donations, and maybe I shouldn't be spending it actually. On second thought, I may actually be able to save up enough copper. If I get 800, then I'll get a whole bunch of requests coming in. It may be possible to save it up. I'm not really sure how this mission's going to work, although I suspect almost certainly when this 2 years is up, another 1.5 years at the moment, then I'm going to be attacked. So I suppose there's two ways of doing it. I can save up the copper, send it off, or in this case I can... That's not good. Or I can build up an army to fight them off, and I think I'm going to go for the army route in this particular case. Alrighty, request for barley and gift from copper. Excellent, thank you very much. I can use that copper very, very usefully here. So that's 2 sets of 800 will actually provide me with sufficient troops to make 1 infantry fort. As for the barley, I should have more than enough coming in just in storage so that I can... what am I going to do here? I can just give it off straight away. With this though, I'm going to make this another beer. It's going to be a dedicated beer holding area. I haven't really got around to exporting it just yet. Gold seems to be tiding me over, so I'm keeping it on board in the expectation that there's going to be a lot more copper requests coming through. Okay, we've got a Bedouin attack incoming in, 6 months. So they're different to the people coming from the south, I think. Oh, have we got enough linen? No, we don't have enough linen, but we'll have shortly. That's interesting. I'm not sure what we can do. Hopefully that's enough. What I'm doing is I'm setting up a guard sort of defensive tower here now. So hopefully we will be prepared for the Bedouin attack. I only hope to God that it comes from the west rather than from behind us. Otherwise they're going to ravage through and we may well lose this mission. And again, the lack of an inundation is a problem. I can worship Osiris, so I'm going to have to seriously consider getting down a festival square in the near future. Okay, I got a new trader out to Blxz. Let's have a quick peek at what Blxz will do for us. They will actually sell us copper, and it's via our land trade route. That is useful, although I don't have the cash to open it just yet. What I'm going to do instead is spend my money to open this one, and we're going to sell off some of our beer. Now, I'm still convinced that we're going to have a request for beer sometime in the future, but anything over 800 I reckon we could sell for healthy profit. And I'll begin to sell linen as well, perhaps in the coming years when things start to pick up. And oh, that's convenient, they're coming from this end of the map as well. I had thought they might come from down here, in which case I could have instead set a whole bunch of industry down here. But the fact they're coming from the north is convenient, because no doubt these floodplains will get in the way. And 1 more month until they're coming, I think. Oh, thank you. I think it is time to seriously get our act together. Okay, the Bedouin army is attacking. I haven't managed to finish this wall just yet, but hopefully we can take them out. They're coming from the west here, so I think what we're going to do is send our infantry out and just defensively engage them here in front of our towers, if at all possible. They should be... Yeah, they're academy trained, which is very, very nice. This one is working. I've had issues where that wasn't working before, but our people are academy trained, so we should be able to take them down. Bedouins just look like archers, so I'm not sure if we're going to be taken out or not. Let's have a quick peek. And, oh, yeah, shit, I better get a, before I forget, I quickly want to get a storage yard down. Granary and storage yard. So I'm going to throw these down here quickly before the harvest is up. And we got a new trade route opened up. Because we accepted a gift, they've decided to open up to us. That's pretty useful. So we can now trade with Sawu, which will not buy anything from us, unfortunately. They'll sell us pottery, granite will be useful, and the copper, again, more copper, and they're a hell of a lot cheaper than Blxz up here, so I'm glad we didn't open that Blxz route. I think we can trade with Sawu instead. They are via water, so I probably have to use a getting warehouse trick, so we don't overload our little docks here, but I think all things considered, we're in a pretty good position. Okay, we've got a Kushite army coming in 9 months. They're generally a hell of a lot more powerful than the Bedouin So it's about time that we really started getting everything built up. Now my cash is very, very low at the moment because I'm building the Great Wall of Iken down here. And currently trying to sort of wall off this entire area. Not really sure how it's going so far. We've got a lot of real estate here that we need to cover. But hopefully we can get towers all along it. And if we can get that done, if we can get that up and running, then I think we'll be in a very, very good position. Okay, foreign armies invading, and they're actually coming in by water. That's a little bit unfortunate. We've got a little bit of this Great Tower of Iken is currently prepared, but I'm not sure where they're going to land. It looks like they are going right past us, which means they're going to land somewhere up here, I suspect. So we are woefully unprotected, so we're going to have to try and hope that our forces here can fully protect them. We're going to bring these guys in and see what happens. This could be the end. And looks like these boats are... No, they're attacking us. That's not good. We can do a bit of damage to them, but they're actually killing our infantry off, so I'm going to pull our infantry right back. Yeah, they don't all seem to be falling back. There we go, we're killing off a couple of them. Look at that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Looks like one of the enemy transports actually got wiped out by the flood. They're going to attack here. We're stuffed. We have no chance. That sucks. Really, really badly sucks. Oh well, guess we can't stop them. Okay, and they've landed here in the center. This is a little bit unfortunate. They're going to ravage our food supply, and unfortunately it is the beginning of the season, so there is nothing we can do here. These guys though at least can keep shooting those. You at least can go home. And that is going to be the end of it. These guys are just going to run around here for a while and eventually die off. Well, that's the end of it. They've pretty much destroyed everything they're going to. I don't know if they're going to stay there forever. I'll have to transport ships and take them out, or what's going to happen? Yeah, disease. I'll get to that eventually. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Really not sure what to do. So at this point, throw the last one down there. At this point, the place is just going to sit here. We are going to... Are they running away? I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll come down here and destroy something. I find it highly unlikely they would destroy the water crossings though, because that would actually cut off. There you go. They're gone. They've just disappeared. Sort of annoying, but not actually all that bad in the end. Well, that sort of sucks. They've come right in here in the southeast. We have nothing with which to defend them. All of our gold mining is just going to be completely annihilated. That's pretty unfortunate. So, yeah, this is a little bit shit. And there we go, they are retreating after doing a little bit of damage. It appears that our palace though is completely protected still. And the only thing we lost was the granary and a couple of other things like the recruiter and whatnot. So I think at this point I'm actually content to, I suppose, continue on. I think that was a win for us. Okay, new trade route up to Wast. Let's have a quick look at what Wast will sell us. They are right here. They're going to sell us a bit more copper, which is again useful, although at this point having 3 places that sell copper is probably a little bit overkill. Clay is useful, pottery may be useful at a later date. Granite is also going to be useful if we eventually have some free time to actually bother building the monument, but for the time being we're struggling with workers. All the damage done down here, along with that fig request, has seriously set us back in terms of food, so we are just re-evolving all our housing for the second time and still need just a little bit more food to flow in here. And here we go, Kushite army coming in again. It's from the south, so yeah, I wonder where they're going to land. Looks like is that just one enemy transport? Okay, we may actually be able to take this one down, hopefully. Okay, they appear to be landing. We have a couple of towers set up here, so I'm going to send these guys in and hopefully we can take them out. I'm not sure how many are going to be coming through, but Kushites tend to be quite strong, possibly even stronger than our regular infantry, so we'll see if we can take them out or not. I'm going to tell you to engage nearby enemies. There we go, looks like we've taken them down. Our guys currently have acceptable morale. They're still veterans, they haven't leveled up, but we did lose a couple of them. Maybe worthwhile importing a little bit more copper in the near future. Okay, foreign army has invaded again, and the Kushites are coming from the west. Okay, they did assault our walls for a little bit there, but no one managed to actually break through. It looks like our infantry is possibly winning there. Yeah, it looks like our infantry has won. Going to, there's only 4 of them left, but they are masters now. Very, very nice. And of course, these guys are still veterans, holding together nicely. Looks like our forces are, well, they were barely adequate. We're definitely going to need to get a hell of a lot more weapons put in here in the near future, and for that we need population. We really just don't have enough population. That is our major weak point right now. So I've set down another little villagey thing down here. We can use it to tap the food, which is one of the main issues here. So let's temporarily, no population at all. Let's temporarily make food production and distribution level 2 and see if that makes a difference or not. We have a new trade route to Kerma. I wonder what that means exactly, because they are the people who have been attacking us. So they'll buy linen and jewelry, which we can't make. So let's have a quick look at that. What was the reason for that? Reputation. Okay. So not sure why they're coming, but they are coming. So we'll see how we go there. Okay, our population crash has absolutely destroyed us. I have been able to tinker with things by flicking back and forth between infrastructure, health and sanitation, religion and so on and so forth to actually level our people up. Unfortunately, the should be prioritizing infrastructure. We are, but the people are not getting around in time. So we've lost our recruiter, we've lost one weaponsmith, and we've also lost the academy. So it's a little bit of a loss, but hopefully we can get things back on track in the near future. And another foreign army coming up this time. Not sure if we can hold them off here. They're basically still struggling quite significantly with the whole lack of people here. For some reason, these guys are not leveling up. Oh, of course, it was a plague. We're getting regular plagues because they're not being fed, and they're not being fed because there's no people, and it's just like a big loop. There's no people because everyone keeps dying off. So a bit of a struggle here. I have unfortunately gone a little bit too hard on the military, but hopefully we may actually be able to hold them off here. If they attack here, we might be able to actually take them down. No, of course, that was shocking. Looks like all the people on the walls just disappeared at the wrong time. I got no idea why that happened, but apparently that means we are now completely stuffed. No, they've all come back again. I don't know what's going on here. It's, they just keep appearing and disappearing, probably along the lines of, yeah, there we go, staffing. Hopefully we can take them down, though, before they do too much damage. And, yeah, it looks like we actually did take them down. Let's send these guys back. I think that was a successful defense, all things considered. Okay, back to 1% unemployment. The city has basically recovered once this amount of food came in. They are basically getting these areas rebuilt, and hopefully these guys will begin to stabilise a little bit. Plague keeps coming in. I'm not sure why plague keeps arriving. Is it possible that... I'm not sure exactly what plague is happening. I suppose it's because overall city health is so very low. I really do need to fix that sometime in the near future. Okay, after quite a lot of tinkering, the city is now looking much better. We've got another infantry fort down here. Everything appears to be coming back under control. We've got another attack incoming in the near future, but I'm not hugely bothered by that. I'm probably ready to start looking at pottery in the near future. And, I mean, cash is now shooting back up again, that our gold mines are working. Floods have been sort of semi-regular, so we are keeping our people fully fed and stocked up. But for some reason we're not exporting very much linen, but I suppose it's just because trade route must have shut down. Perhaps I didn't open it. Oh, beer, that's it. I was doing beer, not linen yet. I haven't actually got around to doing the linen, so let's have a quick peek at who will buy linen. You'll actually buy linen via a land trade route, so that is pretty convenient. There you go, over 800. Keep a little bit on hand just in case we need it. And that will allow us to start making a bit more cash. Not that we need it, but, yeah. And again, disease seems to be quite regular. Let's have a quick look here while I'm on camera. Physician coverage is pretty acceptable, all things considered. Mortuary coverage is nothing. And there's no apothecary coverage, but that shouldn't be an issue on these maps. Let's have a quick look in here. Maybe this will tell us what's going on here. Physicians cover a lot of people. So why is city health so low? Perhaps I need more dentists and mortuaries to be placed around. That may well be worth it in the near future. Okay, Bedouin army coming into attack, and they're coming on this island here. Well, it's a waste of your time, mate. Too bad. Well, not something I would recommend you doing unless you have a massive, massive income from gold, which you can thankfully do on this mission here. I have completely bulldozed our defensive line, and hopefully we don't have any attacks incoming. No, that's the most recent one. So we're fairly good. We've hopefully got enough time for people to move in. This should hopefully push our population up above the required, even recall what it was, 6,000. This is well and truly going to push us up. I could probably even have foregone the second one down here. But at this point, it would be nice to have a little bit of extra population for the various jobs that I need doing around the city. You can see here I'm actually importing the granite gradually. It's coming in here via the dock to this one here, and then getting warehouses, storing it off-site for the time being. I'm also going to need to get a hell of a lot more food for these people. We've got a fair bit stocked up now, and these farms down here are doing very nicely. But in the near future, probably when we begin to feed these houses, we're going to have some real problems. Okay, bit of an army coming in again. Let's have a quick look where they're coming from, and it appears to be the south here. Let's have a quick look if they start flowing in or not. Yeah, there they are. They're coming in from the south. So we're going to have to defend them up here. We'll bring our forces in. I think we've got sufficient armies here to actually take them out. We've got some veteran troops, which will take them down quick smart. And of course, with our old kiting method, while we let the towers rain destruction on them. Okay, that was a little bit more messy than some of our previous ones, but we did manage to actually drive them off. We ended up driving them right back, and yeah, it looks like we haven't lost too much. Everyone did retreat automatically, though. They're very frightened, but they are veterans, which is good. We've got more than sufficient copper. Again, our masters are still going nicely. Veterans again, and there's only one of them left. Very, very tight. And skill. These guys didn't level up at all, but we have some pretty solid troops here. I think we are able to defend them. It's a little more difficult because we have less room to maneuver when they come at that angle, but for the most part I probably could have done a bit better if things were tighter and a little bit more desperate. I didn't bother in the end. Okay, and with that we have 200 blocks of granite fully stored up. Absolutely beautiful. We can throw it down at the southern little bit down here. We're going to drop it down right there, and I think that should look absolutely stunning with a large obelisk right there in the center. And of course now we just need to build the thing, but that is pretty easy. Actually, wood, we're going to get some timber in, don't we? I think I can actually import that up to one of these yards up here. Okay, I've thrown down a little papyrus import here. We've got potteries pouring in as from before. What are you guys? What's wrong with you guys? Carpenters guilds you don't like. You know what? I have more than sufficient. Actually, you know what? Maybe I need you there. Hopefully I don't need you. I'm just going to put a couple of houses just in case people were actually using it. I think they may have been using that for access. Thank you. I'll get a bit more copper. And have to throw a little bit of... let's throw some gardens behind you. It's unusual. Considering you've got someone just next door. Doesn't matter. No biggie. Either way, these guys should be all taken care of. What we've got here now is... I'm trying to bring up a second type of food. We have some game meat all the way down here, although not a huge amount of it. It may actually be worth my while to throw down a couple more hunting lodges. Let's try that. Get rid of the access there. So with a couple more hunting lodges, hopefully we can stock up on a bit more game meat. And I'm not sure exactly what a second type of food. I don't know if we need it just yet. Yeah, we do if we want to level them up. My first thought was that we may be able to turn a couple of these into scribes, which will help to really take down my unemployment, which is sitting comfortably on 12%, and these two areas are not even filled out at all. So if I could turn these guys into a bunch of scribes, I think we could then start to develop these ones out. It will also help our prosperity some bit. At the moment, its overall quality is holding things back. If we've got a couple of scribes in through some luxury good imports, if they're actually on the map anywhere, probably from Blxz, then I think we're in a much better position rather than having to actually send pottery out to each and every area. And with that, the obelisk is done. Let's have a quick look at it. Oh, beautiful. Look at that thing standing up tall down south here. I'm going to throw in, let's throw a shrine to Set and a shrine to Osiris, the Lord of the Gods. And of course, we've got a little bit more space for, actually, let's put a little statue there. I do like the cat statues myself, so we throw a little cat statue there. And there we go. That is the entire area fully settled. This area, I don't think is going to have anything else done to it. We've got a couple of towers scattered around, but we never had any other attacks after that. So this is a good little fortified military camp down here. And then we've got our sort of mid-range farming, agricultural area in the centre, and then the industrial and upper class housing, along with the main military force just up here. And here we go, Bedouin army is actually attacking us. Let's jump out. They're coming from the south again. That is not a concern at all. Alrighty, in other news, apart from the fact that water carriers are somehow not visiting these houses despite everyone around them getting access, we're about to begin leveling them up into, hopefully, yes, they need a second type of food. You should be stocking up on food. I have no idea what happens with this game sometimes. It just does really weird things. You've got employees, so why are you not working? I don't know where they're going. They must be driving all the way down here to get some, really odd. Anyway, we happen to have a couple of types of food here, so hopefully things will level up in the near future. Okay, after further thought, I have decided that it would just be a combination of, well, it wouldn't be a combination of anything. It would just be too much hard work to actually go through. I'd have to sort of create more space. I'd have to relocate shrines everywhere. It could be done, but it really wasn't planned out to be a high noble block. So I've decided, rather than go really high, just to spread the love a little bit. and less of fewer houses. So I've bulldozed a couple, thrown in some of the required things and allowed them to level right up. Again, not paying tax, so how about we do that and take care of that fairly easy. We'll get rid of, oops, too many houses. Doesn't matter, we'll throw in a little tax collector there, and probably a little sneaky tax collector in just there. Look at that, those guys are doing well as well. I think everything is pretty good now. We've got the population well and truly. We only needed 6,000. We got room for a hell of a lot more. Prosperity is now over, which is good. The only thing holding us back now is culture. And unfortunately, it looks like a culture dump is going to be the way of that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to throw down some culture dumps in here. And unfortunately, they look ugly, but that really is the best way of doing it at this point. And there we go. That'll hopefully push us up a little bit higher. If it doesn't, I can do a bit more later. But we're about to be attacked, so let's see what happens. There we go. Bedouin army attacking from the south again. Not much you can do because, well, I'm not on that island. And I'm not going to go and tap it just so you can come and destroy me. So, enjoy. Enjoy frolicking on your little holiday there. Oh, okay, and we jumped over and won very unexpectedly. So all I did was throw down 2 more... or 3 more juggler, what do they call them, booths, just behind, just exactly behind this text where you can't see it, along this road here. And that pushed us over to victory. So the city is basically complete. With that, it's time to proceed onwards to victory.
All bow to your glory, mighty Pharaoh. You have successfully conquered northern Nubia, while simultaneously providing our Red Sea port with the resources it needed to thrive, assuring that our military forces will have a reliable source of copper.
Well, Iken was pretty easy, all things considered. There were a couple of really big attacks, and I suppose the most difficult part was the fact that there were so many different islands. I only got 6 forces I can put down, 6 different forts. And you got to spread them around a little bit, and you really can't defend everywhere. You do need some judicious use of towers when when appropriate. So I've thrown them down. I've had some pretty good walls set up, the Great Wall of Iken, and we split our city into 2 different halves there. And in the end, I'm pretty happy with how that went. With our large obelisk place, we have gone even further. Egypt now has pushed all the way down. So make sure to smash thumbs up button and subscribe if you've not actually subscribed so far in. And I'll see you as we head into the next mission. Take care.